I think that place had quite a lot to do with it. They were all a bit older than me, but they always used to listen. I thought they understood what I said. I mean, I used to talk to them. I talked too much. That was my mistake. Same in the factory. Standing there or in the breaks, I used to talk about things. And these men, they used to listen whenever I had anything to say. It was all right. Trouble was, I used to have kind of hallucinations. They weren't hallucinations. I used to get the feeling I could see things very clearly. Everything so clear. Everything used everything used to get very quiet. Everything got very quiet. This and this clear sight. It was maybe I was wrong. Anyway, someone must have said something. I didn't know anything about it, and some kind of lie must have got around, and this lie went round. I thought people started being funny in that cafe, factory. I couldn't understand it. Then one day they took me to a hospital right outside London. They got me there. I didn't want to go. Anyway, I tried to get out quite a few times, but it wasn't very easy. They asked me questions in there, got me in, and asked me all sort of questions. I told them. When they wanted to know what my thoughts were, and one day this man, doctor I suppose, the head one, he was quite a man of distinction, although I wasn't so sure about that. He called me and he told me I had something. He said they concluded their examination. That's what he said. And he showed me a pile of papers and he said that I'd got something, some complaint, he said. He just said that, you see, you've got this thing, that's your complaint, and we've decided, he said, that in your interest there's only one course we can take, he said. I can't exactly remember how he put it. He said, we're going to do something to your brain, he said. If we don't, you'll be in here for the rest of your life, but if we do, you stand a chance. You can go out, he said, and live like the others. What do you want to do to my brain? I said to him. But he just repeated what he said. Well, I wasn't a fool. I knew it was a minor. I knew he couldn't do anything to me without getting permission. I knew he had to get permission from my mother. So I wrote to her and told her what they were trying to do, but she signed their form, you see, giving them permission. I know that because he showed me her signature when I brought it up. Well, that night I tried to escape that night. I spent 5 hours sawing at one of the bars on the window in this ward, right through the dark. They used to shine a torch over the beds every half hour, so I timed it just right. And then when it was nearly done, and a man had a fit right next to me, and they caught me. Anyway, about a week later, they started to come round to do this thing to the brain. We were all supposed to have it done in this ward, and they came round and did it one at a time on a night. Used to come round with these, I don't know what they were. They looked like big pincers with wires on. The wires were attached to a little machine. It was electric. They used to hold the man down, and this chief, the chief doctor, used to fit the pincers, something like earphones. He used to fit them on either side of the man's skull. There was a man holding the machine, you see, and he'd turn it on, and the chief would just press these pincers on either side of the skull and keep them there. Then he'd take them off. They'd cover the man up, and they wouldn't touch him again until later on. Some used to put up a fight, but most of them didn't. They just lay there. Well, they were coming round to me, and the night they came, I got up and stood against the wall. I don't want to get on the bed, and I knew they had to get me on the bed, because if they did it while I was standing up, they might break my spine. So I stood up, and then one or two of them came for me. Well, I was younger then. I laid one of them out, and I had another one round the throat, and then suddenly this chief had the pincers on my skull, and I knew he wasn't supposed to do it while I was standing up, and that's why Anyway, I did it. So